नमः पदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम राम Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jai.
प्रभात की
Jai.
जय
Jai.
श्री राधा गोविंद देव महाप्रभु श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की समस्त भक्त की। तो सुमित्रो তুমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স নিয়েছো? অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ বাবু মানে
অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স শিট, অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স taken the attendance.
Hare Krishna.
You have to take the attendance. Now, officially you have to take the attendance.
Anirban.
Jai, Nayan and Anirban. Sonarpur. Huh?
প্রকাশ বাবু আসেনি বাবু।
Okay. So where is that boy from Prakashpur?
দীপ দাস আসবে, আসছে
আমি
2 মিনিটে চলে আসবে। দীপ দাস বাবু
আর কে আসার কথা ছিল? দুজন।
আর প্রসেনজিৎ মন্ডল বাবু উনি বলছে আসবে না, বৃষ্টি পড়ছে বলে আসবে না। ও সামনে স্যাটারডে আসবে নাইটে, যার প্রবলেম হচ্ছিল না সানডে ক্লাস করতে, সেই স্যাটারডে আসবে বলছে। হ্যাঁ সুজান চক্রবর্তী, এই তো বসে আছে।
সুজিত না কে ছিল?
রেড স্যার সুজান চক্রবর্তী। সুজিত কেউ ছিল না, সুজান ছিল।
সুজয় না,
সুজান দাস। হ্যাঁ ওর মানে কুকুরে কামড়েছে,
আর একজন সুজিত ছিল।
সকালে কুকুরে কামড়েছে, আরে আসতে পারে না পায়ে।
সুজন ও কি বলছে? पदम पदम जाति पदम न तेषाम। शास्त्र से शास्त्र में बताया जाता है भौतिक जगत है, हर पग पग में विपद है, और इसलिए हमें भगवान की आश्रय लेना चाहिए। भगवान के आश्रय जो है भगवान के चरण कमल एक नाव के जैसा, और ये जो भौतिक जगत रूपी जो सागर है, संसार सागर या दुख का सागर है, इसको पार करा सकते। तो आज हम लोग बहुत भाग्यशाली हैं। तो आज हमारे साथ हैं हमारे प्यारे नीतीश प्रभु। हरि बोल। मैं नीतीश प्रभु का छोटा इंट्रोडक्शन देता हूँ। नीतीश प्रभु इलेक्ट्रिकल from IISc Shivpur Engineering College से Nitish has completed his BTech, and during his college life, आप सब लोग सुन रहे हैं?
आवाज़ केटे आसছে।
So during his college life, he came in Krishna consciousness. I think 3rd year or 2nd year. Hare Krishna. Yes, am I audible? Hari Bol, Divdas.
সাউন্ড আসছে না ক্লিয়ার বাবু?
Am I audible? सुनाई दे रहा है?
শোনা যাচ্ছে না ঠিক করে?
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। डिस्टर्ब है ना, दूर আছে তো।
हरे कृष्णा। नाउ हरे कृष्णा।
उधर से चला गया।
ডিস্টার্ব হচ্ছিল এখন ঠিক আছে, ডিস্টার্ব হচ্ছিল এখন ঠিক আছে। হ্যাঁ এবার শোনা যাচ্ছে, মাঝখানে ডিস্টার্ব করছিল।
हाँ कनेक्ट कनेक्ट कर रहा हूँ। हरे कृष्णा। कौन ठीक है वो? Yes,
हरि बोल।
welcome today.
हरि बोल।
All
हरि
the
बोल।
participants by loudly chanting 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So today we have our special speaker, our dear Nitish Prabhu. So I just briefly introduce Nitish Prabhu. So Nitish Prabhu have completed his BTech from in electrical from IIST Shivpur, and during his college life in his second year he came in Krishna consciousness, and from that time he sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness. He stayed in voice in Garia also, and there is one voice in IIST Shivpur. So he stayed 2 years in 1 or 2 years in voice, and uh, practice Krishna consciousness sincerely along with his study life, college life. And after passing out from college, he is working in Pinnacle in Durgapur. So for last how many years? Okay, he's working 6 years, and there is a voice in Durgapur. Uh, so Prabhu stays there, and sincerely doing his devotional service and many other services along with his working life. Though there is a pressure in वर्किंग लाइफ, लगभग 10 से 10 घंटा काम करना पड़ता है, लेकिन ये सब रहने के बाद भी प्रभु उत्साह के साथ अपना स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं और बहुत सारे सेवा भी कर रहे हैं। और जैसे आपको पता रहेगा हर सैटरडे संडे जैसे हमारे वॉइस में प्रोग्राम्स होता है, तो प्रभु इतना टफ वर्किंग शेड्यूल होने के बाद और वॉइस के सारे प्रोग्राम अटेंड करने के बाद, सेवा करने के बाद, तो वीकेंड्स में वो इधर गोरिया वॉइस में आ जाते हैं और इधर प्रोग्राम्स अटेंड करते हैं, क्लासेस देते हैं, सेवा करते हैं। तो ये बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग एग्जाम्पल है, बहुत इंस्पायरिंग एग्जाम्पल है कि कैसे हमारे भौतिक जगत के सारे दायित्व पालन करने के साथ साथ या टाइट शेड्यूल होने के बाद भी एक जन को सिंसियरली अपने आध्यात्मिक जीवन के जो दायित्व है, आध्यात्मिक जीवन का अनुशीलन करना चाहिए। तो हमारे जितने भी कैंप्स होते हैं, हमारे गोरिया वॉइस से जितने भी कैंप्स, अलग अलग बैच के कैंप्स होता है, वो पूरे साल में बहुत सारा कैंप्स होता है। ये सारे कैंप में प्रभु जी एक भी कैंप मिस नहीं करते हैं और सारे कैंप ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं, बच्चे लोगों को टेक केयर करते हैं, गाइड करते हैं। जैसे अभी हम लोग आए हैं दुर्गा पूजा जो यात्रा होगा प्रयाग, चित्रकूट और इस यात्रा के एडवांस पार्टी के लिए हम लोग आए हैं इधर। अभी हम लोग चित्रकूट में हैं। हरि बोल। तो चित्रकूट भगवान श्री रामचंद्र की लीला स्थलियाँ हैं। तो हमारे नीतीश प्रभु, हमारे अक्षय प्रभु तो अपने वर्किंग लाइफ से समय बचा के वो आए हैं इधर आप सबके और बहुत सारे जो डिवोटीज जो जुड़े हुए हैं इन सबकी सेवा करने के लिए। तो ये बहुत ही अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है जो लीडर्स होते हैं, दे टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ अदर्स। लीडर्स होते हैं वो बाकी लोगों का या जूनियर्स का, उनके उनसे जो जूनियर हैं उनकी टेक केयर करते हैं। तो प्रभु गिव वेरी नाइस क्लासेस एंड he have very nice understanding about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and he himself practice Krishna consciousness, the process of devotional service in his life, and does many services. Very nice book distributor also, distribute Bhagavad Gita. So So I request all of you kindly take advantage of the association of Nitish, and I'll request all of you to keep your mobile phone in silence mode. Keep your mobile phone in silence mode. And today we are having two sessions. So you have attended Discover Your Inner Self. That was first session. Now today we will be having very special session, very important session. And this session, first session is tapping the power of divinity, and second session is eyes to see God. So these two session will be combinedly given today, and therefore बहुत attentively आपको सुनना पड़ेगा. बहुत सारा important information and knowledge and understanding आपको आज के क्लास में मिलेगा. तो ये दोनों सेशन अच्छे से समझना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर अच्छे से समझेंगे तो आपको स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ के बारे में बहुत सारे जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर होगा. भगवान कैसे हैं, भगवान है उसका प्रमाण क्या है, भगवान है तो हम लोग उनको कैसे देख सकते हैं या कैसे समझ सकते हैं, या भगवान का उपस्थिति का बेनिफिट हमारे लाइफ में क्या होगा. अभी तो आज साइंस का जमाना है, भगवान का जरूरत है क्या हमारे लाइफ में, या भगवान को हम लोग कैसे जान सकते हैं, और भगवान को या किसी भी सत्य वस्तु को या इस पूरे सृष्टि को समझने की सबसे प्रामाणिक और परफेक्ट तरीका क्या है, इसके ऊपर आज का सेशन है. तो ये फर्स्ट सेशन और सेकंड सेशन दोनों कंबाइन करके दिया जा रहा है सेकंड सेशन में. तो आपने ऑलरेडी फर्स्ट सेशन अटेंड किया, अभी आज सेकंड सेशन होगा. दो सेशन का कंबाइंड सेशन होगा, इसलिए मिस मत करिए और बहुत अटेंटिवली. एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल ऑफ यू मेक सम नोट्स, ठीक है, क्योंकि पूरे 6 सेशन के बाद आप लोगों का एक छोटा एग्जाम होगा. तो therefore I request you all of you make some note. If you have paper, you can make notes in paper, or if you don't have paper, so make notes in mobile phone.
Yes.
Okay. So now I hand over our mic to Nitish Prabhu, and I welcome Nitish Prabhu by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Yes.
Yes.
So all of you ready to attend the session and receive some important valuable knowledge to make your life meaningful. Yes. आप लोग कितने लोग अपने लाइफ को मीनिंगफुल बनाना चाहते हैं? Okay, everybody. Then this class is very important. This class is very important. Make our life meaningful. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, now.
Hare Krishna. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, everyone? Hope you all are doing well.
Yes.
Yes. Sitting in Chitrakoot Dham.
Hare
Krishna.
The subject entitled Taking the Power of Divinity. Are you ready to have the session? If you all are ready to hear the session, then tell Hare Krishna. Let's start.
Yes.
Yes.
All time. Only one time. अभी change करते हैं. Only all time. When all time. Same. All time. All time.
English is comfortable for all of you. Okay, so I will speak in English. So if anyone have any difficulty in understanding English, you can ask question.
ঠিক আছে হরে কৃষ্ণ ঠিক আছে ওকে
Amit Prabhu will translate in give translation if anyone is having any difficulty. Vijay Prabhu, if you have any difficulty in understanding English, you can take help from Sumit. In last class, you have already
Hare Krishna,
made
Hare
some
Krishna.
introductory session on this. So have you remember any point from last class? Can you share any point?
আরেকবার রিপিট করুন কোশ্চেনটা নীতিশ বাবু
Existence of there was a class on
I got
existence
repeat
of soul. Can you please share some points on existence of soul? Yes. Who will speak?
About Allah.
In the last class, from last class, any point, if someone can share some points, everyone can speak one point, like what they have remembered.
Discuss about price of body.
The science of soul.
Yeah. And soul and compare with driver and car.
नियर डेथ एक्सपीरियंस आउट ऑफ बॉडी एक्सपीरियंस इसका बारे में सर हम लोग को बोला था बहुत सारा एक्सपीरियंस মানে অনেক ভাবে বুঝিয়ে বলেছে
क्या बोला गया what speaks
তারপরে
what is difference between body and soul?
डिसीजन मेकर इंटेलिजेंस एंड माइंड स्टोर हाउस इस बारे में हम लोग को बोला था सर कैसे करके हम लोग डिसीजन लेते हैं ठीक है
what he spoke about?
तो
What he spoke?
मेंटल डायलॉग मतलब रिच पुअर एजुकेटेड इलिटरेट ब्लैक पीपल व्हाइट पीपल इसके बारे में जो डिफरेंस हम लोग करते हैं ये मूर्खामी है इसके बारे में सब कुछ सर बोला था ঠিক আছে আমাদের কি করা উচিত না উচিত
कैसे करके लेते हैं?
कोई जाने हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण near death experience out of body experience
Next.
okay
Hare Krishna.
सुनर को बोलो
Any other point? Any other point? कोई दूसरा कोई बोल सकता है तो next. Yes, you already told. Now next.
who am I
Next person.
and spirit and soul बोलो नोटबुक अंदर
बोलिए लास्ट क्लास से क्या याद है? So whatever we learned from last class, so we will continue after that. So this is very important for a introductory devotees who practice Krishna consciousness throughout their life. So it is very important to understand the philosophy and core concept of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, if you do not understand this philosophy scientifically, then you can't practice for a long run. So, if you want to practice Krishna consciousness with firm faith, then you have to understand the logics of Krishna consciousness. That how Krishna consciousness is authentic, and it is not comes out of sentimentalism. It is properly scientific and spiritual. Not only spiritual or not only scientific. It is a mixture of both. Krishna consciousness is a mixture of both scientific knowledge and spiritual knowledge. So let's move forward with the slides. First is that the first point which arises in our mind, that we are student, and we are studying in engineering college, good engineering college. So are we only the intelligent person who are practicing Krishna consciousness, or are we the only person who are uh, taking the classes on Krishna conscious philosophy? So this question generally arises, right? When we are studying in good college and where there is no knowledge of soul, no knowledge of Krishna, then we understand that I am the only intelligent person who is taking classes on this, and rest, like, we may think that those who are less intelligent, those who are poor, they only practice Krishna consciousness. That type of concept is running in our, especially in the Bengal. That only poor fellows, illiterate fellows, they do Hare Krishna. They are saying Krishna Krishna, but intelligent people doesn't say like. But it is totally misconception in this current scenario. All the intelligent fellows like IIT toppers, NIT toppers, and big scientists. So there many of such people are practicing Krishna consciousness. That means this is not only for a fool and illiterate people, but it is the highest topmost knowledge which scientists are also following. So you can know the you maybe you heard the name of Sir Isaac Newton. How many of you understand? How many of you heard the name of Isaac Newton? All of you know that Isaac Newton. There are three laws of Isaac Newton's: first law, second law, third law. Third law is every action has equal and opposite reaction, like that. Yes, everyone knows. So what Isaac Newton is saying, that Isaac Newton, he is speaking this word to his atheist friend, that I do not know what may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been like a boy playing by the seashore and diverting myself in now and then, finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, while a great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. So what is the meaning of this statement which Sir Isaac Newton spoke to his friend? Actually, Isaac Newton is saying that I may be discovering some of the laws, like third law, second law, first law. So what he is saying, that this whatever discovery I am doing, or whatever invention I am doing, it is actually like playing with the stones outside the sea, like sea beach. Many people sit in the sea beach in Puri or Digha, right? So they are playing with the sand and stone. But Isaac Newton is saying that I am that little boy who is playing with the stone. But actually, the main knowledge inside the sea, that is controlled by God. And I know very little. God know wholes. God's knowledge is like is expanded like sea. My knowledge is just some stones or pebbles outside the sea, in the seashore. This is the story of Isaac Newton. And not only Isaac Newton, big scientists, they are also believing that existence of God. So you can understand that the existence of God is not a myth, and actually God is a creator, right? Now, when like have you visit shopping mall in Kolkata? There are many shopping mall where suppose one boy enter into the shopping mall. What happened? The gate automatically opened. When the boy enter into the shopping mall, then the sensor gate automatically closed. So what the boy thinks? He thinks that gate is operating automatically, right? What is if a small boy enter into the shopping mall? What he will think? That I am because I want to enter into the shopping mall. That's why get open. But is it the right theory? Is it the right theory that gate automatically open and closes? No, because there is a programming already done inside the gates, right? There is some sensor put into the gate. Whenever someone try to enter, then that sensor will sense some presence of the person, and then that gate automatically open. Similarly, suppose we are working on computer, right? We are entering the play button. As soon as we entering the play button, immediately a video started, right? Or we want to hear some music, we open the music player and we are hearing the music. So does if these things are happening automatically? What do you think? That when we are playing some video in the laptop, is it playing automatically or something is happening inside that? How the video is playing? Because someone has designed it like that, right? Someone has designed the app like that, so that if we press the play button, automatically the video will start. Or if we want to hear some music, then if we enter the play button, automatically music start, right? Or if you want to do some Excel document, Word document, PDF document, so everything is programmed inside the computer by a human being. Nothing is work automatically. Similarly, you can now understand that if the machines which are appear like working independently, actually not working independently. Someone has did some programming inside it. Someone is operating manually. Suppose in ATM, how many of you withdrawn money from ATM? All of you withdrawn? How many of you withdrawn money from ATM machine? Hope all of you transact some money from ATM machine. So what is happening inside the ATM? We are putting the card inside the ATM, we are putting some number, and automatically cash is coming out, right? So if suppose one child enter into the ATM machine, so what he will think, that ATM machine understand what we want. We are entering the amount, and machine is giving that amount automatically. But is it true? Is it true that machine is doing automatically? No, because behind that machine, some human beings are present who are maintaining the programming, right? They said that if someone put 500, then 500 rupees note will come out. If someone put 20000, then some 2000 note will come out. That programming has to be done by human being, and machine is just a platform which perform the activity. He is not at all everything, because human being is inside that machine who is helping the machine to working properly. Similarly, we can see the nature. Do you think that this nature is also working automatically? There is river, there is seas, there is trees, there is so much varieties of nature already exist. So do you
Yes.
think that
Yes.
everything is work independently without any creator? If creation is there, then creator must be there. How many of you believe this point? If creation is there, creator is there.
Yes.
If laptop is there, then there should be some person who created this laptop, right? Do you believe this point? Do you believe this point?
Yes.
If there is mobile phone, we are talking on mobile phone. So if there is mobile phone, then there must be some person who created that mobile phone. Do you believe this point? Right? Similarly, in the nature, we see many things. We see many rocks, pahad. Have you seen many pahad? Himalaya pahad and everything. So do you think that someone is created that rocks also, or it will come automatically? No, because a computer, a laptop, everything is created by someone. It's a simple design. Then how so much complicated design comes automatically? Now you can see there are different flowers, lotus flower, rose flower. So this rose flower, you can see that there is petals. There are so many petals, they accumulated in one place, and there is so much good fragrance coming out of that flower. So do you think that this such complicated design comes automatically? Do you think that this design of rose flower comes automatically? No, because how rose flower will comes automatically? There should be some creator. So that creator is, here you can see from my slide I'm showing. Like here you can see that how wonderful creations are around us. Like this is one flower. So you can see that how good technology already used in this flower. You can see from here how nicely decorated this flower is. So how many of you think that this flower comes automatically? Raise your hand. That no one is creator. All of
প্রভু
us
রিপিট
this
করুন,
flower
কিছু
comes
শোনা
into
যাচ্ছে না,
existence.
কিছু বুঝতে পারছি না।
Any of you believe that this flower comes automatically? Now another question. How many of you believe that someone was a designer to design?
Yeah, right. Yes,
My question is clear to all of you. If you believe that this flower comes into existence by some creator, then raise your hand. Okay. Internet is little bit slow. That's why sounds is little bit. So my question is, I shown you one flower, right? Are you able to see? Okay, so you are seeing the flower in the screen, right? Now my question is, how many of you believe that this flower comes into existence automatically? All of a sudden it comes into the trees. And how many of you believe that someone has created the design and then this flower comes into existence? Please raise your first point. Who believe that this flower comes into existence all of a sudden without the help of any creator or designer? Now raise your hand who believe that there is some creator or designer who designed this flower to come into existence. Right? Because all of a sudden nothing can come, right? Because a simple laptop and mobile phone, a simple dress, see this kurta, this also doesn't come automatically, right? Someone has to create this kurta, then only we can purchase it. Similarly, how can such a complicated flower can come into existence without help of God? Similarly, next you can see this is rose. Okay. You can see how complicated design it is. And it cannot come automatically by default. All of a sudden you rise in the morning and automatically this rose comes from nature. And whose nature it is? Nature belongs to someone, right? Like my nature, his nature. Similarly, this nature is also belongs to someone. Who is that someone? That is God. Nature belongs to God. Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dekshana Prakriti, Suyate Sacharacharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Vipurvasate. So that is Krishna is saying that I am the owner of nature. I am the Maya Dhakshana Prakriti. I am the owner of the Prakriti. And this nature is controlled by Krishna. All the rising of flower, rising of sun, rising of moon, it is all controlled by nature. And nature belongs to Krishna. Now you can understand the extraordinary designing capacity of Krishna. Now you can see here this is a banyan tree, right? You've seen this banyan tree. How many of you seen banyan tree outside? Yes, this is banyan tree. Now you can see these are the seeds of banyan tree, right? These are the seeds of banyan tree. Now if you put the seed inside the soil, from that small seed that big banyan tree will come, right? How much size of a banyan tree seed? This small, this much, or this much. This is the size of banyan tree seed. Banyan tree का जो बीज है उसका size बहुत छोटा होता है, like this. And what is the size of banyan tree? This much, big tree, banyan tree. So you can understand that Krishna is putting that big banyan tree inside that small seed. तो थोड़ा सा बीज के अंदर इतना बड़ा पेड़ को भगवान घुसा के रखते हैं. And as soon as you put the seed into the soil, that big tree manifests. That is the power of Krishna. So you can understand from here that how everything is controlled by the Creator. It is not that everything comes. Now here, what is the image? What is this image? Who will say? This is a famous portrait, right? Who is she? Mona Lisa. So this portrait, how many of you believe that this photo comes automatically? Is it possible this photo comes automatically? No. Who is the artist of this photograph? That is Leonardo da Vinci, very famous artist who drawn the image of Mona Lisa. So you can understand that if a simple picture doesn't come automatically, then how such complicated flowers and everything comes automatically? Is it possible? Not possible. Similarly, you can see this big coconut tree and this very beautiful sea beach, very beautiful sea, very beautiful sky. So do you think that this all comes automatically without uh, proper planning of someone? Because it is planning of Krishna. Krishna want to design the natures like that: sky, beach, sea, trees, insects, human being. Everything is properly designed by God. Then it manifests in this nature. Now, now you have seen that the art, different nice art. Now the question is, if the art is so nice, then who is the artist behind all this art? So who is the artist behind this all the beautiful creation which you have seen? Who is speak? God is the artist, right? Okay, or Krishna is the artist. You have understand the point. That now, so you have understand the theme which I try to emphasize, that if a simple thing, simple bottle, water bottle, that has also creator, this mobile has also creator, this laptop has creator, the shirts and pants which we are wearing, this is also a creator. Then how the natural things, trees, plants, seas, rocks, everything comes automatically? No, that cannot come automatically. There is also some creator who is Krishna, because Krishna is saying that I am the creator of it. So you can see here, this is space technology, satellites, control rooms. So now we can see that satellites or that space technology, like we know that rockets are going into the universes and they are taking snaps. They are moving from one planet to another planet. But how the space is controlled is how the satellites are controlled. There is one control room, but this control room you cannot see inside the satellite, right? Satellite is working independently, it is going alone, but all the programming inside that satellite is controlled by this control room. These people cannot be seen into the picture in the satellite, right? But all the activities are controlled by these scientists. Similarly, we cannot see God when some flower is blooming,
Yes.
or some seas water is flowing inside the river, or some trees are planting, trees is coming out from the seed. These are like satellites going into the universes. But who is doing all the activities? Like here, for satellites, control room is doing all the activities. Similarly, for all the natural activities which are happening, so God has his own control room. From there, God is controlling everything. Right? Now the concept is clear that how Krishna is controlling everything. Because you can see here, satellites are controlled by control room. Similarly, Krishna is also controlling all the universal appearance. Here you can see from the slide that satellite monitoring that has also been done by control room. Satellite, what is satellite monitoring? This is orientation, routing, velocity. Like for some days before, there was one satellite which sent to Mars from the NASA. NASA sent one satellite to Mars, right? So there, all the scientists, they worked very hard to make this mission possible. So what is the role of the scientist? To properly orient the space, check the velocity, check that whether the satellite put into the proper orbit or not, and whether the heat dissipation, cosmic radiation was proper or not. So these all are the roles and responsibility of the people working inside the control room. But we can't see that the activities are happening. Well, when we see the satellites from our naked eyes, or when we are seeing the satellites from the television, like in the television, the whole journey of that satellite was shown live telecast on TV. We are able to see the only the satellites, but we are unable to see the control room. How control room people are controlling everything, and satellites are going. Here from all the satellites who are controlling from control. So now I will moving forward to the working and functioning of human brain. Uh, there is one university in America. The university name is Massachusetts. It is in short, it is called MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So there are some scientists in USA, Massachusetts universities. They are working hard to develop one supercomputer. So they are working very hard for so long time, and still the research is going on to create one supercomputer which will think very smartly, which can calculate anything and everything, and which can also take decision, for which they are working very hard, and they are putting so much effort, but still they are unable to invent such computers, right? But beside this, you can see this is human brain. So it can decide, it can think beyond imagination, it is having all the capacities which a human being, whatever activities they are doing, whatever invention scientists are doing, whatever discovery any people are doing, how they are able to do it, by the help of their brain. Now for inventing supercomputers, there are so many scientists are required, right? There are so many scientists are there is a team of scientists, they are developing some computers. So brain is a biggest supercomputer. So to develop one computer, the scientists are needed. So do you think that the superhuman brain like supercomputer, it comes automatically? How many of you think that brain comes automatically without the intervention of God? It is very simple, no? That this computer, there is very simple programming that needs one human being to develop that programs. But human brain is the supercomputer. It is beyond supercomputer. There are so many complicated programmings inside that human brain, and also emotions, angerness, that we are feeling good, we are feeling bad, and we have to work or we have to do some activity. Everything is done by this brain. So, do you think that this brain comes in the scenario automatically? Is it possible? No, not possible. That's why we can conclude from this point that the human brain is also kind of some supercomputer, and there is some scientists behind this human brain also. And this is not a human scientist. This is topmost scientist, which is Adoksaja Bhagwan, Lord Krishna. He is the creator of the human body and the human brain also. Okay, so who made the natural intelligence of this incredibly complex computer? So we can understand that human brain is most complex computer, because why it is so much complex? Why, like, why brain is called complex computer and not normal laptops and computer are called complex computer? Because suppose there is a formula, some formula, right? Like those who are from engineering background or programming background, they know if there is a summation programming, then if we put two values, 2 and 5, so it will always give you 7, right? If you give 3 plus 4, then it will always give you 7. If you give 5 plus 9, it will give 14. So this will, if there is single program, that it will always act in such a way. But human brain is not like that. It will always act in time, place, circumstance. Right? Like in one situation, people will take one decision. In another situation, people will take another decision. Like if you ask one question to a person, he will give answer. Suppose you ask that one question, he says the answer 2. In another situation, if you ask the same question, he maybe say 5. It depends on time, place, circumstance, right? So that decision can be taken by human brain, which computer cannot take that decision, right? Like suppose you put one programming that if temperature is 20 degree, then make the AC on. If temperature is more than 20 degree, make the AC off. Now this is if you put the programming inside the machine. Now if you put a human being, then what he will do? He will check that whether I am feeling hot, then only he will put the AC. If he feel cold, then he will put off the AC, right? That is the difference between machine and human being. Machine will act only a definite way. He will not understand the time, place, and circumstance factor. But human being can understand the time, place, and circumstance. Now, how Lord creates so wonderful thing. Here you can see this is a very nice, beautifully seen car. Someone manufactured it, right? Here you can see that this is a car. This is very nicely seen car Ford company, red colored car. So some automobile engineer made this car, right? It is not some contractor. Similarly, these are the skyscraper buildings. So does these buildings comes automatically? No. There are some must be some civil engineer and architects who made these skyscrapers. Right? So any creation implies a creator. So this point is clear to all of you that if there is a creation, then there must be a creator.
My name
This
is
point
Deep
clear to all
Das.
of you that if there is creation, then there is creator. I'm moving to the next one.
Okay.
So you can see that this car. So if I
No.
I give you like what your name what your name to tell anyone devotee's name.
My name is Nayan Patel.
Deepdas.
My
Okay,
name is Nayan
Deepdas.
Patel.
If I says you that please manufacture this car, I will not help you how to manufacture this car and anything. So if I tell you that please manufacture this car, are you able to manufacture this car immediately?
No.
No, because it is
Without
not possible without
without
intelligence and
knowledge and
proper training. You
intelligence, I
cannot
cannot do.
make this car. Okay, another devotee, tell me your name. What? Nayan Patel. Okay. So then my question to you, if I tell you that take this bricks, take this cement, and make this skyscraper building, would you able to make this building like this?
No.
Why you will not able to do? You cannot do. So now, so from this point we can understand that is a less intelligent person or a less trained person or less knowledgeable person cannot prepare or cannot build a normal material things like cars. If I give you some plastic and tell you build this bottle, would you able to build this bottle? No. If I give you one motherboard and one screen guard, would you able to make this mobile phone like this? No, you need the proper knowledge, proper training, proper intelligence. Three things is needed: knowledge, training, intelligence. So similarly, for then you can understand if a normal material things need intelligence to make this. Similarly, shouldn't this universe have a super intelligent creator? So normal, अगर if some material thing needs so much intelligence, then you can understand that to create this universe, to design this universe, इधर सी रहेगा, इधर इंसान को पानी पीना है, so there should be a river. Here people need some relief from the heat of sun, so there should be some trees. People need some food, so there should be some crops. People need some good healthy vitamins and
Wow.
minerals. So there should be some fruit trees. People in summer season, people need some soothing water. So that's why coconut water. So there is so much intelligence used. And people will fall diseased. So there is some herbs, medicine herbs. So everything is created. Whatever is required for a human being, everything is available in the nature. So who think all of this? Who designed everything? That is God. So because God is the supreme intelligent person, He can only think like that. What is required and how to put everything in properly. Like whatever we need, like we need water. Without water we cannot survive. That's why God created so many big lakes and rivers and sea and many resources of water, well, and He also put water inside the earth crust. Like if you dig hole into the earth, then after 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, the water will come out. Right? So there is water inside also. So that is the intelligence of God because God knows that people need water. Similarly, people need food to survive. That's why God created wheat, rice, dals, and vegetables. Everything God created. Now, how the juice inside the vegetable will come? That's why God created moon. how the rain will come, how the water will come into the vegetables. That's why God created sun. Sun evaporates and He makes cloud, and from cloud rain will come. So everything is created by God in very intelligent manner. Not that by randomly God do something jadoo tona, everything was created. There is no purpose. Some purpose things like if we create something randomly, then something will be necessary to us. Some may be not necessary. But God created everything which is necessary to us. In nature, can you show me anything which is not which cannot be used for the human being or for any person? No. Like there are grass. Maybe for human being we are not eating grass, but cows are eating grass and cows are giving milk to us and we are drinking milk. That means directly or indirectly everything is helpful or everything is like for our survival. So that is the intelligence of God. What do the best of the scientists feel? Now, this is Albert Einstein. He is saying that there is a perfect brain behind all the natural physical laws. Like, my question is that there is there is a law that if we throw something up, then it will automatically comes down. Like apple, that Newton's law that apple was always
Exactly.
coming downward, not going upward because of gravity law, right?
Observed.
And we are worshipping Newton like anything that he discovered gravity law, he discovered gravity law, he invented that gravity law, as if that before Newton gravity law was not there. Is it that before Newton gravity law was not there? How many of you think that for gravitational force, G equals to 9.81 meter per second square? So before Newton, was it exist or
Krishna.
not? This gravitational force exists because Newton only observed. Is it not that before Newton, all the apples were going upside? Is it like that? No. So before Newton also, if apple falls down, it comes down only, not upward. That means gravitational force was already existed into the universe, but Newton only discovered it. Why apples are falling? That due to gravitational force. And who put this gravitational force? Like it is not put no. Suppose you want to pull something by force. So for force, some person is needed, now. Otherwise, who will force? If you put something down, so there is some force needed. Similarly, apple will fall down, then its Krishna is needed. Krishna's energy is needed. They will help the apple to fall from top to bottom. Now, Lord Kelvin, what he is saying, he is saying that if you think strongly enough, you will be forced by science to believe in God. He is saying that if you don't think in very deep, then you may not believe the existence of God. Because may it is ignorance. We can say और सब कुछ ऑटोमेटिक हो रहा है क्योंकि ये अभी सुबह है इसलिए सूरज दिख रहा है क्योंकि अभी रात है इसलिए चंद्रमा दिख रही है. Ignorant people speak like that. If you think very intelligently, then you can believe in God. Who is saying this? This is saying by Lord Kelvin. He is a big engineer. That Kelvin scale, he is the inventor of the Kelvin scale. Now Newton, what Newton is saying that this most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets would only proceed from the council and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. Newton is saying that the sun and moon, everything, it is not that comes automatically. It is this is a beautiful system created by God. Morning sun will come, evening sun will sunset, then moon will come, again next day sun will come. This is a very beautiful system which is created by very powerful being. He is saying that this is not comes automatically, but it is done by very powerful being. And who is that powerful being? It's Krishna. Now you can see that there are some girls who are very beautiful. Some is little bit some women are there who are not so beautiful. Some men are there who are very handsome. Some men are there who are ugly looking, not handsome looking, right? Some are very born in very rich family, and some are some took birth in very poor family. Like some are very educated, like doctor, engineer, scientists, but some are like lower class of people. they don't have so much intelligence, so they are working very very hard. They are putting so much load inside their back and they are moving forward. So this type coolies. So so there are some child who took birth in Ambani's family or Tata Birla family. So they are from childhood only they born in a very rich family with a silver spoon. And some child are there who who take birth in very poor family, like uh, like in railway platforms. You can see that so many people are staying in outside the railway platform. They have their own child, but they don't have any home. They're staying in the footpath or in the open area. They bake something. They take something from the drain or roadside and they eat. So they that drinking food. So uh, now my question is,
Go on.
uh,
Lord
all
Krishna.
of you, please, I want the answer from all of you. That what decides, like who decides that who will be who? Like who decide that whether I will be in rich family or poor family, or I will be good looking or I will be ugly looking, right? Like everyone want to become handsome, but everyone is not handsome. So who decide that who will handsome and who will not handsome? Who decide? But yes, we cannot decide. No, like whatever face cut, this face cutting we
No.
cannot decide. It is given by us, right? We claim that I want to become handsome like this person? No. Whatever face cutting we will get from Krishna as according to our previous past karma, that same face cutting we will get. Now parents, can we choose our parents? That who will be our parents? Whether we can we tell someone that next life I want to take birth in Mukesh Ambani's family? Can I say like that? No, because parents are given by Lord. We cannot say that I will take birth in this family or that family. It is totally given by God, right? Similarly, uh, whatever education I will get, that is also we have to work hard. Everyone is not so much educated. Someone is very much educated, someone is very less educated. That also not in our hand, right? So here you can understand that God's hand can be easily seen from these slides. From these slides, if you if you properly seen that how one people
What?
is poor, one people is educated, one people is poverty stricken, another people is very very rich, one people is ugly, one is handsome. So none of these things are in our hand. Like these women are not very beautiful, but would they like to become beautiful? Yes, they also had a desire if they look like some beautiful heroine or something, but they don't have that face because the face, whatever face they will get that is only in Krishna's hand or in God's hand, not in our hand. Similarly, this woman is beautiful. So
Government.
how she is beautiful? Because God creates her like that. She can't claim that give me good face, give me good parents,
Yes.
give me rich parents. We cannot say. This is given by us by God. Now who decides? Who choose? So we can choose like what job you will do. Who you can choose or not. That whether you will do software
Yes.
job or core company job or labor job, or you will do some puchka thela, you will do some big business of steel. So we can choose, right? We can choose or not.
Yes. Yes.
Now wife or husband we can choose, like we are men. If you want, when you will marry, so would you able to choose your wife or not? You can choose, right? That who will be your wife, you can choose, right? Yes or no? Yes, we can choose. Now the type of car, there are so many cars available in the market. So would you able to choose one car from that market or not? You can choose. Similarly, apartment you can choose, like where you will stay. Some flat you are staying, you are not liking that flat, you want to move to another flat, right? You can move to another flat. Whatever you like, you can move. The in terms of apartment, car, or job, you can swap.
No. No. No.
No,
And many more things are
no,
there which we
No.
can choose. Like suppose you went to
No.
market. Now you want to
no.
buy one
No.
shirt, right? Now you can choose that what shirt you will purchase. Red color shirt, blue color shirt, green color shirt. These all are in your quota. You can choose that whatever you want to purchase. But what we cannot choose, our parents. Can we choose our parents? Who will our parents? Can we choose our parents? No. Our beauty, how much beautiful we will be, that we can choose. Our intelligence, like someone, they read 4 pages and you ask any question from that 4 page, they will immediately answer. But some are so dull-headed that they read one book for several of years, still they don't able to pass
Lord
one exam,
Krishna.
right? So that is intelligence. Intelligence also we
Karma.
cannot choose. Like Newton, Einstein, they are already very intelligent person by birth. So and there are foolish people also. They are very less intelligent. So this we cannot choose that how much intelligence we have. Then if we cannot choose that who will be our parents, who will be our what intelligence we will be having, or how much beauty we will be having, then who will choose all of this? And on what basis?
Based on
Like
Based on karma.
suppose there are two person X and person Y.
Based on karma.
X is very beautiful and Y is ugly. So on what basis God made X very beautiful and Y very ugly? Who will answer? Let's see how much concept. Suppose there are two person X and Y. One is very beautiful and one is very ugly. But God created both of them, right? Then why God created one person beautiful, one person ugly? Or
yes,
there are
Yes.
two person, one is very rich, one is very poor. Yes? Yeah. Previous man is saying that due to his previous karma. Any
Exactly.
other point? दूसरा कोई बोल सकते हैं deep
Bye.
My question is clear to all of you? So yes, Nayan, whatever spoke, yes, it is right. That by according to our previous karma or previous desire or previous activities, whatever we have done in our last life, accordingly we will get body life in this.
Yes.
Now, now another question. Suppose there is traffic. Okay? Traffic in Kolkata, all of you accustomed with traffic rules, right? What is the traffic rule? If red color, then we have to stop. And if there is green color, then we can move, right? Is it okay? So, so a traffic person, a traffic policeman, he can control a large amount of crowd in the road. There are suppose in excite mode there is so much crowd, and one traffic police is there, and he is controlling the whole traffic with the help of the light. Like first he want that from Minto Park to Nandan, or from Minto Park to Botanical Garden, all bus should go straight. Then other side he will stop all the buses. Then when he stop the buses from X side, he will move running the buses to Bhavanipur. Like that he control the traffic. Now you can understand that
Control.
if a small traffic, like traffic of some buses or some people, if it if control to control this type of traffic, there is traffic police and traffic lights are needed, then do you think all the all the universes, like you can see there are planetary
Yes, sir.
systems,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Earth, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, Mars. So all the planets, they are moving into a circle or orbit. These are called orbit. And you can see that this planet is moving in this orbit, but it never comes in this orbit. Otherwise, if this comes in this orbit, then it immediately there is collision between this green planet and yellow planet. Is it clear to us? If this planet come to this orbit, then there is collision between this green and this yellow. Similarly, if this yellow comes to this blue path, then there is collision between this yellow and this blue planet. right? So similarly, you can
Radio
understand
waves.
that there is no collision between these planets. That means there is some traffic controller who is controlling the journey or path of these all the planets, right? That is Krishna. If traffic police is controlling small traffic, then this big traffic of universes, that also needed some intervention of some traffic police. That is supreme police. That is Krishna. Now, question, question may come that Krishna is doing everything. Krishna is controlling everything. You are saying that you can ask that you are saying that Krishna is managing everything. Krishna is controlling everything. Krishna is the Krishna is giving us the next part, whether we will be good person or not, whether we will be rich or poor. So
Maya
everything
is
is
here.
done by Krishna. Then why we are not able to see Krishna? Is it
Because
if
so
Krishna is
self
doing everything, then what is the problem that we are not able to see Krishna?
focus on
Who will
self
say?
reliance.
Why
Whenever
we are
you
not able
focus
to
on
see
self
Krishna?
reliance, then you
Do you know
definitely
the
see
reason?
Krishna.
Yes, who will speak? Why we are unable to see Krishna? My hand is not for which. Any other answer from any other? Yes. Actually, our eyes are like it is not that
Yeah,
everything which is visible we
everyone.
can see.
Every-
Many things like
Yeah.
air, we can see air, we cannot see. But does it mean that air is not present? No, it is never concluded that as we are not able to see air, that means air doesn't exist.
No,
It
No,
is
no,
exist.
no,
How
no,
many of you
no,
attended
that.
no,
some
no.
X-ray operations in hospital or somewhere? Have you went through some X-ray? Any of you? So X-ray is also one type of ray, right? Which clicks the
No.
image of your inside bones and everything. So are you able to see the X-ray? That ray coming out of that X-ray machine? Are you able to see the
No,
X-ray
no.
that ray from X-ray machine? Have anyone seen the X-ray? That X-ray coming out from that machine? No. Now there are radio waves, right? Like we can see we are telling no that go to
No.
98.3 FM, 94.7 7 FM. So these are all waves. So are we able to see the waves coming out? Are we able to see that those waves? No, like mobile phone network is working, right? So there are waves which helping mobile to talk from one phone to another phone. So are you able to see the radiation or the waves, mobile waves? We are not able to see. So it is not that everything which is exist we can see. There are so many things which are we can't see, but still they are exist. Like insignificant rays like X-ray and radio waves, which type of insignificant things also we cannot see. And how the such big supreme person Lord we can see from this our material eyes, which has so many limitations. I can say that it has so many limitations. What limitations eyes are having? It can see in a particular range. Right. Right. There in a particular range only it can see. Otherwise it can't see things. From here you can see electromagnetic waves are there, X-rays are there, radio waves are there. We cannot see. Still there exist. Air still exists, but we cannot see air. So these are the deficiency of our eyes. So from these eyes, if someone says that if you show me Krishna, then only I will believe, then they will never able to see Krishna, then they will not start believing. First, we have to believe that our eyes have the limitation. Then only we can understand the presence of Krishna. So now now you can say that okay, then our eyes having limitation, then that means we can never see Krishna. Yes. Now scripture is saying how we can see Krishna. So that is our next topic. Now, from this material eyes we cannot see, material senses we cannot perceive the supreme thing or supreme Lord. So how we can perceive them? So that is the topic of discussion of our next slide. So, to understand Lord or understand the super intelligent, we have to understand that organizer, designer, and controller. So, so, uh, so there are three ways to understand the knowledge. One is pratyaksha praman, second is anuman praman, and third is sab praman. So if we can understand these 3 points, that how we can understand or how we can gain the knowledge, then we can understand how we can perceive Krishna in our life, how we can understand Krishna in our life, or how we can see Krishna. That we can understand if we understand these 3 points: pratyaksha praman, anuman praman, and sab praman. And so I will discuss now from pratyaksha praman or direct sense perception. So pratyaksha praman means whatever we are seeing, if we are believing that, that is pratyaksha praman. Suppose in night time you are moving in the road, right? You are moving in the road, and there is one rope which is just putting inside the road, and you are seeing that, and you are thinking that this rope as a snake. You are thinking that this is a snake lying inside the road, and you are seeing. But when light comes, then you understand that no, it is not a snake, it is a rope. So what you are seeing the rope as a snake, but is it a snake? No, it is not a snake, it is a rope. Similarly, suppose you went to bathroom and the original snake is inside that bathroom, and you are thinking that, oh, that time I thought the rope to be a snake. Now it is looking like snake. That means it is a rope. Now if you think that it is a rope and you catch the snake as a rope, what will happen? Immediately you will get a snake bite. But whatever we are seeing, if we believe it as it is, that is not a perfect knowledge. Right? Suppose I put some clothes inside your eyes, like एक कपड़ा आपका आँख में हम लोग बांध देते हैं. Now if we take you in front of the elephant, I tell you just touch the tail of an elephant. Tell me what is this? What you will think? You will never understand that this is the tail of an elephant. If I don't tell you that this is elephant, right? You will think that this is either a rope or something like that. Similarly,
Yeah.
if someone
Chemistry, physics.
touch the legs of an elephant, right? What he will think? He will think that this is the trunk of a tree, because it feels like that. It is
Okay.
the trunk of a tree. So that's why we can see that pratyaksha praman is not an absolute praman. It is not the absolute thing. Suppose there are some solutions in laboratory. How many of you did some laboratory task? लैब में आप लोग काम किए हैं ना, अलग अलग तरीके से लैब में. साइंस केमिस्ट्री lab, you can see there are some solutions which looks like blue, but if you put some another solution into it, it immediately become red. Right? So we are seeing blue, but after some time it immediately becomes red. So we cannot prove that the blue thing is always blue, red thing is always red. That's why pratyaksha praman, it is not the absolute praman. Now, how we can understand? There is some previously it is said that Paramanu, you know Paramanu? Previously it is said that we cannot break the Paramanu. Initially it was said. This is one concept. This is relative truth. This is called relative truth. Then another scientist came. He said that no, we can break the Paramanu. We can break the Paramanu, electron, proton, and neutron. This is another relative truth, right? Then Bohr engineer, one scientist named Bohr, so he came and he gave one complete model. That is the total Paramanu structure which Bohr gives. That is absolute. So previously there was some truths are there, but those are not perfect truth, because They are somehow truth, but not it is not perfect. But when Bohr came and Bohr designed the model, then that is absolute. Similarly, Pratyaksha Praman, which we are thinking it is true, it is relatively true, but it is not absolutely true. Absolute truth is not there. Now, why we cannot perceive things properly? What
Anger,
we are seeing over here. Seeing is believing. We are seeing many things, but that is
anger,
nothing. Like we are seeing
greediness,
the rope as a snake, but rope is actually not a snake. So why this thing is happening to us?
greediness,
Because there are four defects
anger,
inside.
greediness.
There are four defects. So can you tell me that what are the
Hmm.
defects we have? Can you from this till now whatever concept I told you,
Violence.
can you share some defects which we have due to which we cannot perceive the thing as it is?
Actually, in Hindi there is
Hmm? Yes.
in Hindi काम, क्रोध, मोह, लोभ, हिंसा. Yes, sister, I think. Love more.
Violence. Okay. Let's see how what scripture is saying. Hmm? Yes. So all of your
What?
answer is almost correct.
What?
Now we can
Repeat
match
once
that.
again.
What scripture is saying about this?
How many?
Scripture is saying that we have imperfect
Yes,
senses.
yes.
Right. How we have imperfect senses?
Yeah, but what is it?
Now, how, from this image, what you are seeing in this image?
Hmm. Yeah.
One old lady. How many of you seeing old lady in this picture? Raise your hand. How many of you sees the old lady in the picture? ओल्ड लेडी किसी को दिख रहा है इस पिक्चर में ओल्ड लेडी and how many of you seeing that a man with topi and this hand inside this picture this hand these are the legs of a man right similarly from here this picture you can see this is an old man this is one view but another view is that this is the person who has guitar in his hand topi in his head and one woman is coming from the ear of that old person so this is the same image right this is the same image but due to our imperfect senses we are not able to perceive it properly now so what is the four different imperfect senses to be illusion to be illusion means suppose that I said you that you are thinking the rope to be a snake that is one type of illusion this is actually rope but we are thinking it snake then third is tendency to commit mistake so there is always like we are imperfect so many mistakes we did in our life and fourth is sitting problem so I will discuss these things in more details in my coming slides so here you can see that optical illusions there are some figures this is the example of now the example of committing mistakes right? Now like from here I explained 2 points one is imperfect senses that we sees old man one time and topi wala man another time and to be illusion how we understand to be illusion point like one person is seeing and thinking rope as a snake that is illusion now the tendency of commit mistake previously people was scientists were thinking the brain, the purpose of brain is to cool the blood. It was the previous concept by the scientists. Scientists were thinking that the brain is working as a machine whose work is only to cool the blood. But later they discovered that brain's task is not to cool the blood, but it is actually the main part of the body which control the whole body. Like all the signals to the different hands and legs, everything comes out from the brain. So previously they were thinking that its only purpose is to cool the body, but later on they discovered that there is so much complex tasks done by this brain. So that is the mistakes, that thinking the brain to be a machine to cool the blood, that was mistake. And then we rectified this, understand this, made some research on this, then we understand the proper knowledge. Similarly, scientists are saying that there are some glands inside our body which are not useful. Like there is pituitary gland inside our body. So previously, scientists are saying that if God's created everything, then why God created such a part in the body which has no use? But later it has discovered that this is the pituitary or master gland is the organ of the body which help us to detect the happiness, sorrows, everything is detected by this pituitary gland. Similarly, there are so many proofs from which we can understand that how we have the effects of committing mistake. Then cheating propensity. So cheating propensity, how we can understand the point cheating propensity. So suppose you are bringing. I said that Nayan to please bring one glass of water for me. Now you suppose you went to kitchen and you are bringing one glass of water in a glass water, and suddenly due to some reason the glass fall out of your hand and it was broken. So now what you will do? If I ask, Andrew, what happened? You said, oh, nothing happened. Then you put another glass and you will wash the place and you will put everything nicely placed like previous. So this is the property of cheating propensity. Like we committing mistakes, but we don't feel others. We don't like that others think that we are like a fool. Right? We always think that we don't have any fault. Actually, we have fault. That's why we always try to cover that fault. That is cheating propensity. Now, second is Anuman Praman. Anuman Praman, what Anuman Praman is? So Pratyaksha Praman you have understood. How many of you understood Pratyaksha Praman? That by seeing we are understanding, that is Pratyaksha Praman. Now Anuman Praman, who will say what is Anuman Praman? अनुमान करके प्रमाण मतलब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? अनुमान प्रमाण, अनुमान प्रमाण, what is अनुमान प्रमाण? It is like I am thinking this is like this. The story you can understand this by this example. There was one
Plague
epidemic
Sir,
which is called plague. Have you
plague is a
heard the
disease.
name plague?
Right, sir?
How many of you heard the name plague?
Yes, sir. Yes.
हम लोग कभी नहीं सुने
प्लेग डिजीज का नाम सुने हैं ना आप लोग?
अरे भाई
हरे कृष्णा।
चलो तुम नाम सुनो।
प्लेग प्लेग
नहीं सुना।
चूहे से प्लेग होता है, आपको नहीं?
जोर से बोला नहीं सुना।
हरे कृष्णा। PLEG प्लेग, प्लेग का नाम सुने हैं ना आप लोग? प्लेग डिजीज होता है एक। यस यस, प्लेग डिजीज का नाम सुने हैं ना? सो व्हेन जब स्टार्टिंग में प्लेग हो रहा था,
Your voice is breaking.
so when there was plague,
प्रभु कुछ सुना যাচ্ছে না।
all of you are hearing.
শুনতে পাচ্ছি না প্রভু।
So when there was plague initially, so
अभी ठीक है।
what doctors thought? They thought that first they were unable to detect that from where the plague virus is coming. They did so many research. Okay, please. एक मिनट
Yes.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna.
So all the scientists they did, they thought that this plague is because of the cats. Are you able to hear my sound? Hare Krishna. Okay. So what they did, they killed all the rats in the area. So they thought that the plague is coming from. Sorry, first they thought that the plague is coming from the cats. So they killed all the cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still the disease was not recovered. Still the plague was continued. Then they did further research and they
Right.
found that the disease was due to the rats. Then they started killing the rats. So initially what Anuman they did, they thought that cat is the reason for which plagues are happening. That is called Anuman Praman. But that is it correct? What do you think? That plague is because of cat or rat? Yes, right. Yeah, not for cat, but for initially what was the Anuman that
What?
that disease is because of cat. That is Anuman Praman. Now third is Sabda Praman. Now you can understand that how Pratyaksha Praman and Anuman Praman is not correct. Now the most bona fide Praman is Sabda Praman. Sabda Praman, what is Sabda Praman? Sabda Praman is the sounds. Like the sounds is actually Sabda Praman. Like suppose you want to know who is your father. Like a child,
Other.
when he took birth, he doesn't know who is his mother, who is his father, right? Now slowly he developed relationship with mother, and mother introduced him with his father, right? Mother told that बेटा ये तुम्हारा पिता है, and ये तुम्हारी दादी है, ये तुम्हारा दादा है, ये तुम्हारा चाचा है. So mother introduced everyone one by one, right? So this is Sabda Praman. When we
Bro.
understand the relationship with our father
Yes.
with the help of our mother, that is Sabda Praman. Because mother is saying that he is your father. Similarly, Vedas. So Vedas is telling the knowledge about Lord. So how we can understand Lord? This thing which I started. So this was
Hmm.
the previous slide which I says that from this material eyes we cannot see Lord, right? Material eyes we cannot see Lord because our senses are not perfect. Now from here we can understand that how we can see Lord. We can see Lord
Vedas.
by the Sabda Praman, that is Vedas. In Vedas it is said that how Krishna looks, what activity Krishna is doing, who are Krishna's friend, how devotees feel bliss while they are in the association of Krishna, how Krishna help his devotees, what are the incarnation of Krishna, who are the pure devotees of Krishna, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Narad Muni, everything we can understand from Vedas. Vedas are the real knowledge. And if we hear from Veda, that is Sabda Praman, and that is the most bona fide of it. Then how we can
From.
learn Veda, how Veda is
Uh,
coming down. So Krishna Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Vedasya sarve ahameva Veda. Krishna is saying that the purpose of Veda is to understand me, understand Krishna. The purpose of Veda is not to enjoy the senses, but the purpose of Vedas is to know Krishna, understand Krishna. How this knowledge is coming down? It is coming down like Krishna. From Krishna, it is coming to Brahma. From Brahma, it is coming down to Narad Muni. And from Narad Muni, it is coming to Vyasadev. From Vyasadev to Sukdev Goswami. From Sukdev Goswami to Suta Goswami. From Suta Goswami to Saunakadi Rishi. In this way, it is coming down, down, down. Then Krishna again comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started distributing the knowledge of Vedas or scriptures, which is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is coming down to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. Then from that six Goswami, this comes down to Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And from Bhakti Vinod Thakur, it comes down to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. who is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj? He is the spiritual master of our dear Srila Prabhupada, who is founder Acharya of ISKCON Society. So then from him, our Prabhupada got the knowledge, the Vedas knowledge, scriptures knowledge, Gita Bhagavad knowledge. And then Prabhupada distributed this knowledge to his disciples, and his disciples are distributing this knowledge to all of us. Like myself, I am getting this knowledge, you all are getting the knowledge. How we are getting this knowledge? Through Guru Parampara. Krishna, Brahma, Narad Muni, Vyasadeva. So in this way the knowledge is coming from up to down through Vedas. And now we can understand that who is Krishna? Krishna is Adokchaja Bhagavan. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma said that Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. That is the definition of Krishna given by Brahma. And that same knowledge is coming down to us, and we also having the same Brahma Samhita which Brahma recites to glorify Krishna. And that same Brahma Samhita we are also reading. From that we can understand how Krishna is living, where Krishna is staying, with whom Krishna is associating. Every information is hidden inside Brahma Samhita. Now, the question is that how a child can know his father? How can a child can know his father? Already I discussed that by the help of his mother. Similarly, Lord is like father. Krishna is like father, and Vedas is like mother. From Veda like mother, we can understand the knowledge about Krishna, who is supreme father. So if we ask our mother that who is our father, then that is called deductive knowledge. And if we do some test, DNA test, suppose a child, like there is one child, if someone wants to know that who is his father, so one can ask her mother that who is his father. His mother will tell that this person is his father. If we know in this way, then this is deductive knowledge. Now if mother is not available, then how we can know? Then we can do some DNA test, we can do some genetic fingerprint take, or we can do some more such kind of genetic test by which we can understand that who is his father. That is called inductive knowledge. So there are two types of knowledge, inductive knowledge and deductive. And here it is said that deductive knowledge, Vedas are compared to our mother and God is our supreme father. So Vedas can guide us that how we can understand Lord. Okay. So now I am saying that we can understand Krishna by the Vedas. Now, what is the proof or that Vedas are perfect? One can say that you are saying that from Veda Krishna we can know about Krishna. But Veda cannot be perfect. Like humans are not perfect. Vedas may not be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So how Vedas are perfect, that we will explain in our next class. Next session will be how Vedas are perfect. Right. Today we will end up here. That last point we have discussed. From Vedas we can understand Krishna. Vedas are like mother. Krishna is like father. A child can know about his father by the help of his mother. Similarly, we can know about Krishna by the help of Vedas. So till that I have discussed. I am revising what today we learned. From first line I am just revising it. So first I said that not only we are intelligent who are practicing Krishna consciousness, more intelligent than us like Isaac Newton, Kelvin, and Einstein, they also followed this belief, the existence of God. Then we learned how these wonderful things are present in the nature, these nicely decorated flowers, the sky, big trees, rivers. So these are wonderful creation of God, and there is some creator. Like laptop has one creator, mobile has one creator. So these all are have creator. Then we discussed that how this banyan tree is kept.
So this class is based on Vedas.
Seed. Then we discussed that how
No, I am
this
talking
very
next
nice
class, sir.
painting has some painter. It is not came automatically. this painting has one painter, who is Leonardo da Vinci. Similarly, who is the artist? If there is space technology, if there is satellite, then there must be some control room who are controlling these satellites and this space technology. Okay. So today's class is based on the creator and different Praman. Next, who is in control? Like I said that there are scientists who are trying to develop supercomputers, but still we don't know that we have one brain which is like a supercomputer. So normal supercomputer needs so many scientists to develop, so we can understand that what super brain was used to create human brain. Understand complex. Then we have discussed that these cars, these buildings that need intelligence to create. So from this we can understand that the natural beauty, big trees and everything that also needs some creativity. Then we discussed the comment of some scientists. Then we discussed that these are like how being beautiful or being ugly is not in our hand. Being handsome or being ugly is not in our hand. Or being rich or in being poor family, taken birth in rich or poor family is not in our hand. It is in God's hand. Whether we will be take birth in Ambani's family or in roadside family, that is not in our hand. But what is in our hand? We can decide what job we will get, what wife
Sir,
or
1 minute,
husband we
sir.
will choose, what type of car we
Excuse
will
me.
drive, in which
Excuse me, sir.
apartment we will stay, that we can choose.
স্যার ওই পেজটা একবার দেখান যেটাতে
But
আমরা
what we
কি চুজ
cannot
করতে
choose,
পারি
our parents we cannot
জব
choose, our beauty, our intelligence, that we cannot choose. Then who can choose? Krishna can choose. Then we said that if Krishna is doing everything, then how we can see Krishna? Then I said that as we cannot see X-rays, we cannot see radio waves, we cannot see air. Similarly, we cannot see Krishna in this material eyes. Then how we can see Krishna? So there are three. Yes, yes.
One.
Okay.
Intelligence.
We can choose our job, our wife or husband, I mean our partner, the car which we are driving, the apartment we are staying,
September.
similar kind of things like what mobile set you will purchase. You will purchase Samsung mobile or a Panasonic mobile or Nokia mobile, that you can choose, right? That is in your hand, like what mobile you will use, or Xiaomi, whatever you can choose. But what you cannot choose, your parents, your beauty, your intelligence. Now I discussed that how there are three types of pramans: Pratyaksha Praman, Anuman Praman, Sabda Praman. Pratyaksha Praman, what I said, that what we are seeing is not always right. We are seeing rope as a snake, but is it snake? No. That means Pratyaksha, what we are seeing is not correct. Then Anuman Praman, what example I gave? Plague disease. That there was plague disease and scientists, doctors killed all the cats. They thought that cat is spreading the plague disease. But after killing all the cats, they discovered that actually the cats are not the things which spreading plague, but rats are spreading. Then they started killing the rats. So that is the Anuman Praman. Initially they did the Anuman that cats are spreading the plague disease, which was wrong. That means Pratyaksha Praman, Anuman Praman is not correct. Then what is the remaining third one? Third one is Sabda Praman. What is Sabda Praman? Sabda Praman is actually Vedas are Sabda Praman. How Vedas are Sabda Praman? Like I gave one example that if a child want to know who is his father, then whom he will ask to his mother. Similarly, if we want to know who is Krishna, how Krishna looks like, what Krishna does in spiritual world, so everything is defined inside the Vedas. And this Veda, how Vedas are coming to us, it is coming directly from Krishna. From Krishna it is coming to Brahma, Brahma to Narad Muni to Vyasdev, and it is in Guru Parampara this knowledge is coming. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is saying that if some knowledge is not coming down through Guru Parampara, then this knowledge doesn't have any end. There is one sloka that Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajar Sayogi Sa Kalena Mahata Yoga Nashta Param. So if a knowledge is not coming in Guru Parampara, then the knowledge will, the potency of knowledge will be lost. So we are very fortunate that whatever discussions and whatever scriptures we are reading, everything is coming. Then I gave one already this example beside it. Then I said there are two types of Sabda Praman. One is deductive knowledge.
Sir, how can you link Krishna with Vedas? Because
Just
Vedas is
understand the
more
knowledge by
older
hearing
than
from
Krishna's
proper authority.
time.
Then deductive one. And if we did some experiment, then we understand
And
that is
in Vedas, there
That's all from today's class. So if you have any question, then you can ask. You have 10 minutes. Next 10 minutes, your question answer round. If you have any question. Yes.
Vedas.
No, yes. Question is very right that Vedas are very old, but Krishna is before Krishna Vedas are there, right? But Krishna is not that Krishna is staying before 5,000 years there. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that in Vivaswan, in Sun God, I gave this knowledge. Very many million and millions of years ago, I was given this knowledge to Sun God, Vivaswan. Then from Vivaswan to Ikshvaku, Ikshvaku to Manu. That's like that knowledge was coming. It is not that only 5,000 years ago Krishna was existed. Before that also Krishna existed. Like in Satya Yuga, Prithu Maharaj is one king. His name was Prithu Maharaj. So Prithu Maharaj was worshipping Krishna. So in Satya Yuga also Krishna's existence was not like before Satya Yuga also Krishna was there. So Krishna is not 5,000
Yeah.
years old God. He is eternal God. He is time immemorial God. He is
Adi,
when,
no.
before the creation.
I think Vishnu
Krishna
is the
was
Adi
there.
because
So Krishna is
Vishnu is the Adi
Adi
because
Govinda,
Krishna is the part
Sarva
of.
Karana Karana. Anadir Adi. Krishna is whatever older thing exists in the whole universe or whole this existence. So Krishna is older than that. It is not that Vedas are older than Krishna. No, Krishna is older than everything that exists. Right? So, and Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that Veda is coming from me. Vedasya sarve aham eva Veda. Veda Veda. Huh? No, Krishna is from Vishnu also. Krishna is Adi than Vishnu. Vishnu is coming from Krishna. From Krishna, three Vishnus are coming. It will in next classes. If you continue attending our classes, then in the next topic you will understand that what is
So
the
Krishna
difference
is not a
between
part
Krishna
of the
and Vishnu. So that will
Vishnu.
come later. It is not now. You, now you just understand that Krishna is Supreme Lord. Then you can understand that how different. We know that only Vishnu, but you know that in scriptures there are three types of Vishnu mentioned. Mahavishnu, Kshirodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. There are three types of Vishnu. Krishna is alone, single. He is Supreme Personality of God. Okay, anything else?
Yeah.
No, Krishna is not the part of the Vishnu, but Vishnu is the part of Krishna. It is said in many scriptures. Actually, proper if you understand, actually Prabhupada is saying that there is no difference between Krishna, Vishnu and Ram. We cannot differentiate in these three lords. Krishna, like a prime minister. Suppose Narendra Modi, when he is in home, he act in different way, right? When Narendra Modi is in home, then he will just wear simple dress. He will eat with his mother. He will rest in a simple bed. Same Modi, when uh, he will comes to his office, that Narendra Modi's office in Delhi Red Road, then he will act in different way. To meet with Modi, you need some appointment, and Modi will be in official dress. He is in official decorum. So everything is official. So similarly, when Lord in his home, then he is Krishna. And when Lord in his office, that is Vishnu. So Vishnu is Lord's official form, and Krishna is Lord's home form. Like he is in home as Krishna, in office as Vishnu. Like Prime Minister Narendra Modi is simple man as in his home. Does his mother need permission to meet Narendra Modi? No. But a general person in his
Yes.
office, they need permission to meet. Similarly, Lord, officially he is as Vishnu, working as Vishnu, and as a friendly
Yes.
nature, as a as a homely culture, he is staying in Vrindavan as Krishna. So that is difference between Krishna and Vishnu. Any other question?
Okay.
So today's topic, the theme of this topic is clear to all of you.
Well,
Have you understand the theme? How everything is not came in by chance. If some creation is there, then creator must be there. Right? If some product is there, producer must be there. If mobile is there, then mobile creator is must be there. Right? This is one. And another theme is how we can understand Lord. There is three type of Pratyaksha Praman, Anuman Praman,
so
Sabda
you
Praman. How Sabda Praman is
so
based,
you will
that
take this class.
learned today. Now next class we will know how Vedas are perfect. Now what questions you are asking, that how Vedas are perfect, Vedas are older than Krishna. So all these doubts will be resolved in the next class, and that will build your faith that how Vedas are imperfect. Uh, Now how Vedas are not imperfect, Vedas are absolutely perfect. That knowledge you will be received in your next session. How Vedas are perfect. Till that time, yes, I don't know. Maybe someone else. So from that class, you can understand that how Vedas are perfect. Till that time, you revise this class, you revise these topics. Hope you have taken some notes of this class. You just meditate that how God is creator, we are not the creator, how everything not comes by chance, how God's hand is there in all the creation and everything, all the activities. So if you meditate on this,
Hare
then you
Krishna.
Hare
can
Krishna.
Hare
get
Krishna.
some faith how Krishna is acting in the world. Right? Okay, so
Yes.
I thanks all of you for attending this important
ठीक है
session.
ऑप्शन बोला से सेवन
Hope
वन
all of you will come in next class as well.
नीचे को
Till that time,
शुरू
read the points which you written. Take prasadam. So, Akshay, okay, so there are some announcement. Akshay Prabhu will do. चार्ज नहीं है